What's going on, guys? How's everybody doing today? I'm doing well, thank you for asking. Body Beat down here on this Sunday late morning. It's 11:32 a.m. So yeah, it's been a couple days since I put out a video. I have tried to touch base with people in like my post page where you can post stuff. So as you know, if you've been following along, you know I ended up sick Friday. Probably 2 days before, my throat was a little scratchy. I thought, oh man, am I going to get sick? Or is this just going to be a little scratchy throat? And come Friday, it was full on. Whatever it was that I had, it hit me hard. That was one of the worst I've ever felt in my life, I think. We always tend to say that, but I'm going to go on record and say that was bad. I could not get home quick enough. I was shaking. I was in pain. I was extremely hot and uncomfortable. And being on that school bus, it's like being in an oven. And the air don't do a whole lot that we have going, and man, I couldn't get comfortable for nothing. And whenever you're sick and you're running maybe a little temperature, well, everything starts to hurt. So every place that I have some sort of an ailment or an injury or something, that's where I started feeling like aches and pains all in my fingers and my carpal tunnel and my shoulder and my lower back, where I have my biggest problem is my lower back. And so my back was hurting so bad that I was just shaking. I couldn't think. It was a very strenuous, stressful day. And I shouldn't have been driving the bus, but I don't miss. I don't like to miss. And I tried to get help, and that's kind of what this is going towards here. Is I called my supervisor, or actually I got a hold of the school first, and I said, I'm feeling really bad. If you have a helper that can just ride along with me from the school and do this first portion of my route, ride along and help me with the kids, and then on my way past the school, I can drop that person off and I can finish the easier part of my route on my own. Well, then I got a hold of my supervisor, or my supervisor got a hold of me, I don't remember. And she was like, yeah, the school called me and said that they didn't have anyone to help. And I'm like, okay, is there anybody else, can you help? Can anybody else help me just do this little bit here? And no, I'm covered. I'm all covered up and blah, blah, blah. But you let me know if you can't do your route, and just let me know if you can't do it. Okay. Oh, what didn't cross my mind at the very moment that she texted me that was, let's say that I said, okay, boss, I can't do my route today. I can't do my route. So you're going to have to get somebody to drive my bus my entire afternoon route, instead of just getting that somebody to ride half my route with me. Why couldn't you have done that? You get what I'm saying? I'm sure you understand what I'm saying. You can find someone to do my whole route, but you can't find someone to take a few minutes of their time and ride just half my route with me. Meet me at the school, let me do this half, drop them off, and then go about their business. So, needless to say, I'm not exactly pleased with the school or my supervisor. And I have it in the back of my mind to go talk to the superintendent, or whatever the head of the head person is. I think superintendent, I don't know. Whatever you call them. Whatever they like to be called. But then I'm like, that's just going to stir things up, make things worse. But then again, that's why they can't get bus drivers. That's why they can't keep bus drivers is because nobody helps. We get no help with the bad, jerky little kids that we have the biggest problems with. Can't really get much help. Can't get any help with driving. Can't get any help with this. We don't make enough money. And I like my job okay. You know, I don't want to quit. I've been there for a lot of years now. But it's moments like this that really they really bother you. They really. Anyway, so anyway, I went a good 25 hours, maybe 26-ish, I don't know, hours without even eating. I barely drank anything. My last meal was supper time on Thursday night, probably around 5 or so o'clock, 5 or 6, I don't remember. And then finally, when was it? Then finally, I think Friday evening around 6 p.m., I had one small can of some chicken noodle soup. So that's all I'd had in that entire span. So anyway, everybody's been sick, everybody's been down and out, and everybody's had aches and pains and all that stuff. I'm just giving you my experience, so I'm not saying I'm sicker than anyone that, that's ever walked the face of the planet. That's not what this is about. It's just sharing my day, my experience with people. That's all this is about. There's always somebody out there that's worse or had it worse. So, but Friday I was bad. I felt like I was about ready to completely shut down. That's how I felt. By the time I finished my route and I got to the bus garage, because I got to fuel up the bus and turn in my paperwork, I mean, I was out there fueling up my bus just like trying to go up and down the stairs to get out there and then come back up and all that stuff. I was just like, oh my God, man, I am not going to make it. So, yeah, it wasn't a good day. And by Saturday, that biggest part of the problem was gone. I still was a little drowsy and a little, just a little overly rested maybe. You know how you get when you sleep too long or you lay around too long and you're lazy too long, you still feel kind of, Well, that's how I was most of all Saturday, because I was just kind of worn out, but I could tell I was getting better. And really, it's just been the throat that I've been dealing with now. So, but hopefully it'll be, hopefully that'll be clearing up here soon. So, 2, 3, 4, whatever days ago, I don't even know at this point, I wrote a few dumb things to talk about, and I don't even know if I will. Well, let me see. And I don't even know what this is referring to. But I wrote down, talk about not being a one-trick pony in the gym. Only thing I can think about is don't get stuck doing the same old routines over and over and over. I don't even know what it was about. Have no idea. So it's been a few days since I wrote it down. But a one-trick pony in the gym, and that's probably what it's referring to. Is we get stuck doing these same things day in and day out, and a lot of times people get bored and then they quit and they move on, and they never lift again, or it's 10 years or 20 years later down the road they want to do it again. And I think sometimes getting stuck in a rut kind of wears you out. So try to keep things interesting. And don't be scared to do different things. I've mentioned these are some activities that I do. Before, just a few days ago, I mentioned, all the activities and different things I do outside of just lifting weights. And you got to do that. It's hard to just do one thing day in and day out. And if you're just focusing on, bench pressing or something, do something else. If you're just focusing on deadlifts, do something else. If you're just focusing on squats, do something else. There's all kind of stuff to do. Whole list of things that you can do. All kind of wonderful things. And this is just stuff that I do. There's far more things, activities that we can do other than just those things. So anyway, I don't know if that's what that was about, but that's what I'm going to act like that was wrote down and was about. So, and something else, and it's just something that I got to thinking about and looking around at the stuff that I got and all the stuff that I've had over the years. I've had a lot of stuff. I mean, lots of stuff. I've spent lots of money on stuff. Now, I'm not a guy who goes out and buys cars and ATVs, four-wheelers, motorcycles, and boats, and thousands of dollars in fishing gear and hunting gear, and and all that kind of stuff. I've never been that guy. I'm not into all that stuff. So just kind of going by the stuff that I've always been interested in. Says talk about all the money we waste, especially on things people usually sell. So that gets me, I got to looking at all my stuff and thinking, I collect all these Masters of the Universe things, and I'm like, well, realistically, how long can I have this stuff? Is it something I'm going to have literally to the day I die? Or is it something that I'm going to end up having to sell or wanting to sell within the next month or the next 5 years? And I look at all the money that I've put into it. I didn't start collecting until 2021. I got a lot of money in this stuff since then. A lot of money. I'm thinking, man, all that money that I've spent on this stuff, I hate to say waste, because at the moment, it's stuff that we love and it's stuff that we really enjoy. So is it a waste? I don't know. But at the same time, if we're just going to turn around and sell it or give it away or whatever the case, well, maybe it is a waste. Maybe it is a waste. Over the years, I've had, countless electronics, home theaters, tons of movies, physical media, and video games and TVs, and just a lot of stuff that I'm into, and I think, where's it all now? Well, I got rid of it all. As far as physical media goes, I just have a couple of boxes in that closet over there with some DVDs and stuff in it and Blu-rays, but really all the money that we just spend on things that we end up just getting rid of or selling or never using or anything, and we wonder why we're always broke. You always you hear people, man, I'm broke. Well, it's because we spend all our money and instead of saving it or maybe investing. So yeah, and that goes for my gym equipment as well. I can't say that I don't look at this stuff and think, man, I could just sell all this stuff. Dumbbells, plates, cage, everything. Sell everything and just get me a more updated, nicer flat incline decline bench and a set of some nice quick adjustable dumbbells like the Rep Pepins. I'm sure some of you out there know what the Rep Pepins are. They're like the gold standard for quick change, heavy, quick adjustable dumbbells. I think about that, and I think, I could sell all this, get rid of it, and just have that stuff, smaller items, easier to move, I think, because I know this isn't my forever home. And so, unfortunately, this isn't my forever home. So I know eventually I'm going to have to move a lot. I'm going to have to move stuff. So I get to thinking about that and looking at that. And, I'm not 20 years old anymore. And, moving this kind of stuff around is not easy. And, we don't just have the money to throw out there and say, get movers. That's not always something you can do. So, I just think about all the times, and like gym equipment, I've had tons of stuff. None of it's, I've never I've never had high quality gym equipment. It's always been, budget equipment, but it's always worked for me. As you can tell, I don't need a lot. Nobody needs a lot. That's the thing. You don't have to spend a lot. But I've had stuff, sold it, got rid of it. 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 Multiple times. All that money. And it's not like I'm selling and making profits, Usually you take a pretty good loss. So, I look at that and I think, and of course the older I get, the more I think of these things. And there's just so much stuff that we blow our money on through our lives that, we think that we want, or we think that we need it, and we think it's important, when really what's important is you should have put that money back and saved it or invested, and you would have enjoyed it a whole lot more. So, I don't know, it's just something that I get to thinking about sometimes when I get to looking at all my stuff, and I've got like 1, 2, 3, I got at least 3 boxes full of stuff that I'm trying to sell, get out there on Marketplace and just get rid of it. And if it don't sell, I'm just going to throw it in the garbage. I don't care. It's just stuff. And just to get rid of things, I don't care. And like my Smith machine that you guys know I used to use all the time, and my 2-post rack that I used forever, and all that, it's all out there in our shed. This fall, or whenever the temperatures decide to drop below 70, I'm going to go out there and kind of get all that kind of looked at and get some pictures and stuff, and I'm going to sell all that stuff. And yeah, so it's just something to think about before you go out and buy that next little toy or gun or car or whatever it is you're wanting to spend money on, a Pokemon card or whatever the heck all that stuff is. And maybe take that money once in a while and just put it in the bank. So anyway, and something else. There's a whole lot of talk about AI and taking away skill and talent and artistry, and how it's just going to destroy the planet and all this stuff. And this stuff's been going around now for a little while. And there's an argument to that slightly, in my opinion. We'll start with one part first, and that is AI is going to destroy the planet. So now, those of you out there worried about that, now you're worried about destroying the planet, whereas before you probably didn't even think about it. You didn't care. Your car's destroying the planet. Your phone's destroying the planet. The factory down the road's destroying the planet. Everything around you is destroying the planet. We're a virus. The planet is invaded by us. We've been destroying the planet since we were put here. since we were manifested on this planet. It's slowly declined. All the aircraft, all the ships and boats and all the stuff that's leaking out and into the waters, and everything. I mean, the pollution has been going on for decades, right? And you're not out there, protesting against that. There's trash all up and down the highways. Every road you go up and down, there's trash all over the place. So, but now that AI is being talked about, now you're worried about the planet. Okay. I mean, I think that's kind of being a hypocrite, kind of, overlooking one thing to get to another. But if that's the way you are, then that's, I guess, how you feel. But you probably should have worried about the planet long before the past year, since AI has been really pushed out there and talked about. So let's talk about AI versus skill, talent, right? Okay, so if you go online, if you go on YouTube, you can find all kinds of music and even videos of AI made, produced music and videos. It's all AI. All someone did, from what I understand, is sit back, type in some prompts, maybe some lyrics, some this, that, some other stuff, and boom, it's put out there. Maybe some tweaks, put out there. Now, that does not take talent. That right there that's an issue, especially if you're going to make money off of it. Number one, it needs to be, put out there. Hey, this is AI. This is all AI. This is not real. These are not real people. This is not a real song. They're not really singing. That needs to be understood. And I think they're going to start cracking down on that a little bit more, hopefully. And they're looking at using AI in video games. People are kind of throwing a fit about that, and it's like, well, it's all computer generated stuff anyway. So does it really matter as much with video games as it does with, say, music or a movie or a TV show or something like that? Does it matter as much with a video game? I don't know. I'm on the fence with that one. I don't know. Now, to my understanding, AI takes bits and pieces and learns from all this information that's out there and somehow puts it together and makes something from it. So what that means is it's taken, we're just going to throw random words out there, it don't matter what it is. It's taken this over here from Michael Jackson, this over here from Elvis, this over here from Ariana Grande, this over here from Bruno Mars, this over here from Usher, from boom, boom, boom. Gets some stuff, puts it all together, and you've got this new song. That's kind of what I'm understanding, that is kind of what AI and what it does. And that's with everything that it does. If you're writing a book, it's going to take bits and pieces from literature and this, that, and the other. I guess, I don't know about a book. I don't know about all that, but you get what I'm saying. It's taking bits and pieces from everything and putting it together somehow to make a product. So, there's times when I think AI is okay, and that is, you shouldn't be making money on it and fooling people. If you're gonna put something out there, it should be labeled as AI. And if you're gonna make money off of it, I think that's where the issue comes in. Even if it's labeled and the people are fully aware that it's AI, should you still make money off of it? That I don't know. Should you get a percentage? Maybe. A percentage of something. I don't know how to make that work. That's not my job. But here's something that I don't mind. you'll see on my community post page sometimes, or even one of my thumbnails here and there, that I might try and do some AI picture or whatever. And it's something fun or something whatever, making something look cool or making something look silly or fun. I see nothing wrong with that. I'm not trying to fool people. I'm not trying to make money off of it. I'm just simply using a tool to make something fun and interesting and maybe to catch someone's attention. Now, I've been using Photoshop for 25 years probably. Now, I can go and use Photoshop and cut me out and put me in front of the moon. I can put me on the moon with a Martian, a robot, alien, whatever you want to call them. I can put whatever I want on that picture and use Photoshop to do it, and nobody has an issue. But if you use AI to do it, then all of a sudden now there's a problem. What's the problem? Well, the AI did it quickly, and it took me literally probably 2, 3, 4 hours, depending on the complexity of the image, to do my image. So one takes a little bit more time and skill, but the other one you can kind of write in a couple of prompts. You got to have a picture sometimes to begin with if you want your picture in there. So you got to have kind of a picture and then kind of prompt it and blah blah blah, do some things and tweak it, and then you get an image. So I really don't have a problem with doing stuff like that. My personal opinion. We all have opinions on this stuff, on this whole AI thing, but I think it gets a little bit heated. I think it gets a little bit too much, importance thrown on it right now, and I think everybody's freaking out over a lot of stuff, and I don't know. I personally think there's a lot worse out there and that's going on in the world than to worry about AI. That's the same thing about these cameras that everybody's freaking out about. I don't forget the name of the cameras that are all around, that a lot of people seem to have problems with. And what I think of is, well, if we had more cameras around, think of all the stuff that we could see that needs to be seen. People committing crimes, accidents, murderers, abductions, all these different things that we might catch from all these different cameras. And people are worried about privacy. Your privacy went out the window the day you got this. There's your privacy right there. It's gone. Cameras, microphones, internet connections, it's all there. Computer. I might not have a microphone and a camera hooked up and working all the time for my computer, but my whole entire life is on the internet. So I have no privacy. There is not much privacy out there anymore. So I don't really have a problem with those cameras, I'll be honest. I think that they can be used, if used correctly, for a lot of good. That's my humble opinion on it. And like I said, there's a whole lot more out there to worry about in our life. Flock? Are they flock cameras? Is that what they're called? Something like that. But I think there's a whole lot more to worry about out there than AI or flock cameras, if that's what they're called. So anyway, the video's been going on for a hot minute now. So Friday, of course, I did not work out. Friday, I did not spin on my bike. This whole weekend has been just trying to recuperate and get ready for this next week. Going into this next week working out, after going through what I just went through, I don't know what I'll do. If I'll stick with my same kind of routine, or if I'll maybe do something a little lighter, a little different, a little something, just to kind of give me an easy week or something. I'm not real sure what I'll do, but it just kind of depends on how I feel. Of course, if you keep up with the channel, you know things are kind of changing here anyways. It's not always going to be about the big 3 or 4 lifts. It's going to be a lot more, and and not only that, there may not be as many videos. So, things are changing, and that's just a part of life. So, anyway, guys, just some things on my mind I wanted to get out there. You can leave your thoughts and opinions down there in the comments section. That's what it's about. Just try to be, try to be friendly, try to be polite, and if you have a difference of opinion or something, try to, be good about it. So, anyway, guys, hope everybody has a good day, good night, and a good start to the week. And again, you can check out the channel for all kind of amazing videos. I got over 4,000 videos, and that should take you a good part of probably a couple of lifetimes to go through. So you better get on it. So don't forget, guys, like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff to the Body Beatdown. That's me, Michael, your incredible host of this amazing channel on this Sunday. It's afternoon now. It's 12:04 on this Sunday afternoon. And don't forget, guys, get up, get out, get rad, do it to it, and we'll see you next time on the Body Beatdown. See y'all later.
Get up, get out, get rad, and do it to it!